Russia launched multiple missile strikes on Ukraine after the bombardment of the Kerch Strait Bridge in Crimea. Dozens of explosions have rocked cities across Ukraine. This was the biggest Russian airstrike on Ukraine since the war started in February. Even the German consulate building in Kiev was not spared in the strikes. Russia's main target was Ukraine's critical infrastructure. Coming out with a speech after this brutal air campaign, Russian President Vladimir Putin accused Ukraine of terrorism and condemned the attack on the Crimean bridge. Putin pointed fingers straight at the Ukrainian special services in his opening remarks of the meeting with members of the Russian Security Council on the 10th of October. But the Russian president seems to be worried about two other Russian key assets: the Turkish Stream pipeline and the Kursk nuclear power plant. Putin alleged that Ukraine tried to blow up the Turkish Stream pipeline and has already committed 3 terrorist attacks against the Kursk nuclear power plant. Vladimir Putin said Ukraine's secret services have already carried out 3 acts of terrorism against the Kursk national power plant, repeatedly blowing up the power plant's high voltage lines. As a result of the 3rd terrorist attack, 3 such lines were damaged at once. The Russian president said that Ukraine has committed a whole series of other acts of terrorism and attempts at similar crimes against Russia's electric power and gas transportation infrastructure, including an attempt to blow up one of the sections of the Turkish Stream gas transportation system. Now, these are some serious allegations. But why is it so significant that Putin mentioned the Turk Stream pipeline? The Turk Stream gas pipeline was formally launched in January 2020. It runs from Russia to Turkey. The Turk Stream, with capacity of 31.5 billion cubic meters per year, allows Moscow to bypass Ukraine as a transit route to Europe. It is a key asset for Vladimir Putin as it carries Russian natural gas to southern Europe through the Black Sea and Turkey. Putin alleges that Ukraine tried to sabotage this crucial pipeline. But Putin's warnings did not end here. After the missile strikes on the 10th of October, Putin warned Ukraine's secret services. Putin said, obviously, the Ukrainian special services were the masterminds, organizers, and perpetrators of the attack on the Crimean bridge. The Kiev regime, he said, has long used terrorist methods. He said that Ukraine's current authorities have placed themselves, and I quote, next to international terrorist formations and the most notorious groups. Security Council Deputy Chairman Dmitry Medvedev said that Russia should exterminate the so-called terrorists responsible for the attack. Medvedev said, Russia can only respond to this crime by directly killing terrorists, as is the custom elsewhere in the world. This is what Russian citizens expect. This came days after Putin appointed General Sergei Surovikin to lead the war effort in Ukraine. Drawing from his confidence on General Surovikin and his new military strategy, Putin said, if such attempts continue, there will be responses that will be harsh and correspond to the level of threats made against the Russian Federation. Stressing that attacks on the Kursk nuclear power plant were prevented, Putin said, the damage was promptly eliminated. No serious effects followed. Putin claimed that Ukraine and the NATO-led forces were behind the blasts in the Nord Stream gas pipelines as well. Doubling down on the United States of America, Putin said, we all know the ultimate beneficiary of this crime. Meanwhile, after the airstrikes, Russia seems to be in a mood to give diplomacy a chance again. Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Maria Zakharova said that the USA's national encouragement of Ukraine's bellicose mood complicated diplomatic efforts. So which way do you think this war is going? Will there be further escalation, or will Ukraine and Russia return to